Mi nombre es Yulia. Soy de Ukraine. I'm very happy to be here and to share my story with you. When you look on this map, it seems that our country has such a huge distance between each other. But, after I've spent a few days in Guatemala, I saw that we have a lot of things in common. Beautiful, amazing weather, just amazing nature, creative, hardworking people, good geopolitical location. And one question, why are we so poor? Why are we so not successful in this global competitive world? For Ukraine, the answer is corruption. For more than 25 years, former Soviet political elites and oligarchs united and were stealing billions from Ukrainian budget. Most famous representative of these elites was Viktor Yanukovych, our ex-president. During his presidency, the corruption grew to the enormous scale. It became a chronic disease for my country. You paid bribes for everything. You paid money to visit the doctor. You paid money to be admitted to the university. You could buy any governmental position. You could buy any court decision. But the turning point for his presidency was beating a peaceful protest of young people, students who went to the central square of the capital of Ukraine, Kyiv, to say that they are not sharing the view of our president to unite with Russia. They don't want to live in a corrupt society. And they were bloody beaten. That brought millions of us on the streets, through all over the country, in small towns and big city. Everyone was there. Me and my family also joined the protest. Day after day, we spent 3 months in Ukrainian winter, very cold, frozen winter, protesting. It was a great moment of national unity when we said goodbye to a post-Soviet heritage, when we decided together that we wanted to live in a more just society, when we want our society to be based on human values and rule of law. But one day, snipers started shooting at us. Here is the first victim, Sergei Negoyan. After first killings, I was desperate. Imagine it was all happening in the center of Europe, in the middle of Europe, in 21st century. I understood I have to act. I have to do something. I called my friend and asked him to take a camera. And we went to the barricades. And I spoke on camera, trying to tell the world what was happening in my country, asking about help.
We want to be free from a dictatorship. We want to be free from the politicians who work only for themselves, who are ready to shoot, to beat, to injure people just for saving their money, just for saving their houses, just to saving their power. I want these people who are here, who have dignity, who are brave, I want them to live a normal life. We are civilized people, but our governments are barbarians. That's not a Soviet Union. We want our courts not to be corrupted. We want to be free. I know that maybe tomorrow we will have no phone, no internet connection, and we will be alone here. And maybe policemen will murder us one after another when it will be dark here. That's why I ask you now to help us. We have this freedom inside our hearts. We have this freedom in our minds. And now I ask you to build this freedom in our country. You can help us only by telling this story to your friends, only by sharing this video. Please share it. Speak to your friends, speak to your family, speak to your government, and show that you support us.
Thank you. unfortunately, nothing helped. In 3 days, 100 people were killed. Architect, actor, software engineer, young boys, and 83 years old granny. Like, all of them went to the streets to defend the freedom, and they sacrificed their life for that. Ukrainians didn't give up. We continued to stay on the street. And our president ran away. He was afraid of people's anger, and he ran away to Russia. And at that moment, we thought we won the revolution. We thought we have a chance to build a new free society. But on the border, we have a neighbor, Russia, who doesn't like countries to develop freely. Just after the revolution, when we were mourning our victims, Russia annexed Crimea and occupied part of the east of Ukraine. In this undeclared war, during the last 3 years, we lost more than 10,000 of people. But this war isn't the only challenge that Ukraine is facing. Corruption is still there, and it's still huge. Protesters, after the revolution, joined the government to continue the work they started on the streets. I also agreed to take the governmental position. I was appointed as a chief of the biggest regional customs in Ukraine. And as you see, customs for Ukraine is one of the most corrupt institutions. It is very well known for bribery, bad attitude, and problems for business. I was appointed with the goal to clean up the corruption. But imagine me. I am 26 years old when I am appointed. I'm responsible for 1,400 people, more than 1,000 kilometers of the border, 5 seaports. Of course, society was skeptical. But I decided to take this job. I decided to take this challenge because we paid such an enormous price to have this chance to do something, to have this chance to try. And I tried. I started my job with a group of international experts, with successful Georgian reformers, and during the year, we simplified the procedures. We hired corrupt officials. We hired new, better, young, well-educated customs officers. We eliminated the human factor from making decisions. In a year, we made this most corrupt regional customs the most transparent one. We made the most bureaucratic regional customs the fastest one. We gained great support from the public. Business was loving us, but we came to the moment when we were ready to scale the reform to the national level. But when you are doing real reforms, you are harming a lot of interests. When you are cutting the corruption, a lot of families, a lot of elites, a lot of politicians are losing a lot of cash flow. And unfortunately, our legislation wasn't supported by the presidential party. At that point, I understand that it is a pushback. They started a criminal case against me, accusing in a bond use of $18. But nevertheless, even having this hard moment in Ukrainian modern history right now, having these old elites coming back to power and preserving corruption, we still remember the lessons of revolutions, of our revolution. We remember that it's very important to take even the small steps. And we are moving forward. We are making mistakes. We are learning how to unite, how to organize structures, how to create modern institutions. But we're not going to give up. We are there to create the country we were fighting for. When I was 20 years old, I thought that there is someone who will come and change the life in my country for better. Now I know there is no one. There's only me, there's only you who will change the life in your communities for better. And when you make the choice to do that, remember, you will always be in minority. But this minority will shape the future. And making this choice is the most hard things in life. But at the same time, it's the most wonderful thing to do in your life. Thank you.